Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E. Nation for another premium spirits review of the Dalmore. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E., joined by my indomitable broadcast partner in inebriation, the one, the only,
the once again excited, the Blend Master, Tony G. Like, share, subscribe.
So we're going to another travel exclusive with the Dalmore, this time, the Valor. I have been looking forward to this.
Really?
We just tried the Dominion.
Really?
I know.
You have?
I know. Hard to believe.
I wouldn't know a thing about your excitement. Neither would all of my notifications on my phone.
So, you heard anything about that yet, T?
Yeah.
Tell me.
At least a couple times a day. Oh, any shipping information on that happen yet, T?
Tony was ordering some red breast, and so I was like, well, while you're ordering that...
Yeah, that's basically how that went down.
Yeah, that's the perfect explanation for that.
Yeah, that's how that went.
So, this one's actually quite a bit bigger than the Dominion.
I was going to say, like,
too.
we're in awe. This is a full liter, and we're comparing it to just a standard bottle of Dalmore. You can see...
considerable difference in size there,
I do want to compare the Valor to the...
Yeah, I'll send you a picture when I get home tonight, but I'm going to let that set in the glass for just a moment, let that get a good coat on the inside of the glass before I get into it. But yeah, another one of the travel exclusives that might be going away because... soon to disappear. This is shockingly similar to the Dalmore Trio. I was looking up how they make it.
Okay.
And this is... I think the only major difference is that they have different aged whiskeys.
Well, the way you were explaining it to me before is it's very similar to the 12.
But a much larger... Well, this one, I'll get into it here, folks.
Okay.
Valor means courage, and it is at the very heart of the Dalmore story. In 1263, the chief of the Clan Mackenzie bravely saved King Alexander III of Scotland from the fury of a charging stag. At Dalmore, we believe that fortune favors the brave, and this proved to be true for the Clan Mackenzie, who were given 3 rewards by the grateful king: the right to use a 12-pointed royal stag in their coat of arms, the motto Luceo non Uro, and the lands of Kintail. When descendants of the Clan Mackenzie were chosen to take over the Dalmore distillery in 1867, they brought with them the iconic 12-pointed royal stag, and it has adorned every bottle of the Dalmore since, in honor of our regal heritage. The art of the Dalmore. At the Dalmore, we believe that true excellence in whiskey making, like great art, can be achieved only by a few. Our 8 idiosyncratic stills create a spirit unrivaled in its richness and complexity. Its true potential is realized through maturation in only the finest casks, many only available to the Dalmore and hand-selected by our master distiller, Richard Patterson. The Dalmore Valor, here we go, T, is initially matured in American white oak and ex-bourbon casks to provide the perfect canvas for further maturation. When ready, the whiskey is split between Methuselah Olosoro sherry casks reserved for the Dalmore's exclusive use by Gonzalez Baez, the port pipes from the Douro region of Portugal. The spirit is then married together in an upstanding sherry butt for a unique and harmonious finish, befitting of the Dalmore's legacy. So this is kind of like the 12, and then they add some sherry on the end. Because I was watching an interview with Richard Patterson.
And some port.
And even, that's what I meant to say. I was watching an interview with Richard Patterson, and even stuff that doesn't have an age statement from the Dalmore has been aged considerably. It's just to make the blends, it might be some pretty old stuff with some young stuff. And
they're not half-assing it over there. Nobody needs to get that idea in their head. A lot of time goes into every bottle.
Before I get into the aromas, tasting notes, or any of that, let's...
Oh, dear Lord.
Very house style.
It's so
I feel like I've had this blend before. Wait.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of blending the port with the 15-year, and for some reason, it just works so well. And obviously, the 15-year is very heavy on the sherry, but and I love this nose. It's so
There's that chocolate. There's that orange peel. Tiniest bit of like lemongrass.
And I feel like I just said this about the Dominion, but this is just one of the best noses ever.
The Dominion's is very powerful nose.
It is. It's very strong. This is inviting. This is very light and crisp, but very fruity, very, like you said, chocolatey.
There's a cake-like
element. A fluffiness. But you definitely get the port and the sherry, the wine aspects of it. It's just that's just a delightful nose.
Well, I think it's time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that port. That port really shines through there. About halfway through the taste. Yes. A spicy port. Oh wow. You get the sherry.
Covers my tongue like a Bordeaux or Burgundy red.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And it wants to you think you're having the moisture sucked from your mouth, but it's really a mouth-watering experience.
It is.
It's we're having a difficult time talking because it's a very mouth-watering experience.
Yeah,
that's
oh wow. That is delightful.
That is, I would say, of all the Dalmores, I'm going to go in for a second taste, but on first taste alone, the biggest difference from nose to palate of any Dalmore I've had. I must say, because this one, like I said, it's all sweet, chocolate and cake, and and then you get
I get a lot more floral pattern now after the taste. Oh wow! Yeah, there's so many wine cask elements to that flavor, but yeah, you're right. It does. It lingers on the palate, on your tongue. It covers it. It cascades. It would be a better word. This is just very light.
Now that I've gone in for a second drink, because this was my first drink of the day, so that's always going to be a little more spicy.
That's fair.
Now I'm getting the toffees and the chocolates and a little bit of coffee. Not much, but just a slight hint of coffee.
This is only 40% ABV, by the way, so it's not. Whereas your standard 12 is also 40, so they didn't get anything extra in the proof, but I would say almost. I'd say this one tastes a little
there's like
lighter.
A coffee and like a coca.
Yeah.
Like,
I think this one honestly tastes a little lighter than 40%. I don't.
Now, all right, we're going to get into the aroma.
This one could be dangerous. This is an easy
ripe
drink.
plums, citrus fruits, creamy caramel, palate, candied oranges, pineapple, and chocolate fudge. The finish, black forest fruits, coconut, figs, and marzipan. You know, I can see some of those. I'm going to have to take a little more time to get into.
I think this one's deep. There's a lot here, but the port and the sherry elements, to me, just stand through. I mean, that's what I prefer with a specific kind of scotch. When you know you're getting a sherry and a port finish, I look forward to that. So that's just speaking through to me tenfold here, and it's delightful. But you definitely know you have both here.
The one thing that, weirdly enough, comes through in the nose and the palate perfectly, lemongrass. It's just like there's a slight lemon, but there's also like a planty quality to it. I can't quite put my finger on.
Yeah, you get a bit of those earthy undertones. I know what you mean. Oh, that's just delightful.
Like I said,
it's not.
And there's that chocolatey.
It's not overly sweet.
Like Hershey's powder.
Yes.
Like if some of that gets on the back of your tongue.
Whereas that smells sweet, but doesn't necessarily taste quite sweet. Where this is the only sweetness you're really getting on the palate. Really is from those wine cask finish. You're not getting a lot of. You're getting almost no honey. I don't think there's any honey there.
It's more of a bitter chocolate than it is like a dark chocolate than a milk chocolate. So, wow,
it's interesting.
Different. Was not how I thought that was going to
work. It was definitely a different palate than I thought from the nose, because the nose was, I thought, oh, this is going to be just like candy, but it's very, for me, I could drink this out of a wine glass and be perfectly content. This is delectable.
Boy, so now we move on to the hard part, the scoring.
Okay,
for those who don't know, we score everything on a few different scales on a 5-star scale. We're going to score it as a single malt scotch, a scotch, a whiskey, its shelving, and then the secret 5th question. So we'll get there, folks. So, Tony, as a single malt scotch, how would you grade this?
I'm going to give that a 4-star because I think it's delightful. I think the port and the sherry really come through for me. I love that. It's the Dalmore. Craftsmanship went into this. Time went into this. And I think it's just it's unique. It's interesting. I would honestly have gone higher if the nose matched palate just a little bit more.
That's why I'm going to go 3.75 for this. I do like this, but like you said, the nose and the palate, this is the biggest difference I've ever experienced from the Dalmore.
Oh, yeah.
And what I normally go to the Dalmore for is consistency from nose to palate. But
I think that's what you're going to, like 2 for 2 right now. For me, on the travel series, this travel series specifically, I think the nose and the palate didn't quite match up. I didn't think it matched up quite as much on the Dominion. I think it's even more so on this one, but will it be 4 for 4? We will soon find out.
Yes. Now, again, I'm giving it 3.75.
That's totally fair.
It's an amazing scotch. It's just...
I'm a fan.
Dominion is better, in my opinion. So, again, that one's a sherry bomb. This one's got port in it, so this is going to be a little closer to you. Now, as a scotch, how would you grade this?
I'm going to stick with 4. I think this is at least a 4-star scotch. You can see why this is a very exclusive, hard-to-come-by bottle. This is not going to be something that just anybody would run out and grab based off of a recommendation. You would only recommend this to somebody who would appreciate and understand and enjoy this on the level that we probably would. So, I think 4 is fair.
I'm not going to begrudge you there, and all the reasons that you stated are the exact reasons I'm going to give this, once again, 3.75 as a scotch. I got to point out UK exclusive stickers and stuff, and it's got all this like UK stuff on the back. It's so cool. So the fact that I was even able to get my hands on this, I'm still just... Yeah, and once we get the full Dalmore collection together, that's going to be like, all of our powers combined. It's happening. So, yeah, keep your eyes on this space for that, folks. So, as a whiskey,
I'm going to be a little less generous, and I'm going to go 3.5, because, again, this is very specific, and I think, in terms of whiskey, the different various finishes on this hurt it on that scale, if that makes any sense. But again, this is very straightforward. You know what you're getting if you know what to expect. You're not going to do anything other than drink this neat, I don't think.
I think of any Dalmore, this would be one that, if you were to put one ice cube in it, I think this would be one to do it.
This one screams cooking whiskey to me.
Maybe. God, I don't know. I mean, I'll cook with just about anything other than my Dalmores. That's the one.
If you were going to try it, I think this is the one to try.
I'll give you, if I'm ever going to make Scotch steaks,
there you go.
I'll keep that in mind. But
wouldn't take much.
I am going to disagree with you slightly. I'm going to be a little more generous, and as a whiskey, I'm going to stick with 3.75. So this is a 3.75 whiskey.
Okay.
through and through, no matter how you want to look at it for me. I could even drink this on the rocks, and I would enjoy the hell out of it.
That's fair.
As I get deeper into it, now that, like I said, the first one was really spicy, but it's first drink of the day. It's that.
No, I was right there with you.
Your palate's got to get used to it.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Love that nose.
There is that red wine quality of just like...
I love that.
You think you're having all the moisture sucked out of your mouth, but you can't stop.
Oh, that's what I really like about it, though.
Your mouth is just watering the whole time.
It's got the quality of that, but it's not a red wine, and it's a beautiful Scotch. Love
Which
that.
is why, for shelving, for me... Now, Tony, you know me a little bit. I'm a huge fan of red wines.
You are.
And the fact that this kind of hits you like a red wine.
Yep.
The fact that it's a Dalmore.
It's a Dalmore.
And it'll look absolutely beautiful next to my other Dalmores is probably why it's going on the... Would you mind just setting that up there for me? There?
Right here?
Yeah.
Right there.
Now,
on the
if
top.
That was your bottle, where would that be?
Oh, it's comfortable where it's at.
Ah, yes. And then, now, the price USD. Do you recall that one, sir?
This one was right around 92, I believe.
All right.
I think.
You want to pull that one back down? I don't
think it's.
I don't want to knock anything.
It's comfortable where it's at.
All right. Now,
I was
I'm
happy.
curious. At $92, you got to be honest with people. When that bottle is empty, will you seek one? Or if you were to find one, would you seek one?
I think I would, because again, look at the size just of the two bottles. Like you get a lot of bang for your buck. This is a hard to come by. It's gonna be impossible to come by very soon. It's unique. It's interesting. I think this is absolutely a good buy at that price.
All right, so you would pick that up. Good to know. Good to know. For me, I'm unsure.
You're not okay. You're not sure if you'd get a second bottle of that.
Well.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to make sure that, because this one's probably going to go away with reviews. This one, once they stop releasing it, this one's just going to go away like a museum.
Yeah, that's
piece
just
in my
there.
house. I don't like. I've got like 2 bottles at my house that I've had for like 7-8 years. I've never opened, and this second one
probably never going to get opened, is it?
There's a 50-50
Okay.
on that. Like, honestly, like, now if there's a special enough occasion, obviously, but this one's probably going to sit back for some years and not be open. But
That's
so,
fair.
to answer the question of would I seek a second bottle,
Yeah.
sure, let's go with that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
excellent stuff. Again, the Dalmore,
Never
a
disappoints.
spicy meatball compared to what else we've got.
It is, but it's. I think it's worth the go. Like if you like the Dalmore, if you like Highland Scotch, and you get the chance to pick this up, I think this is unique enough for anybody who wants to test the waters out there.
Now, I was about to say, if you're grading it as a Highland Scotch, that's not quite fair, because I'm grading it as against other Dalmores, which are like the Dalmore 18, the Dalmore Dominion, King Alexander III. So I'm grading it against those. But against other Highlands, this is superior stuff.
You didn't mention the Dalmore 15, and a little.
Well, I figured that was the one whiskey that needed no introduction.
Okay. Right.
So I that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, and I'll be frank. This is a good stuff, but if all you can get is the Dalmore 15, I actually like that a little better.
Oh, the Dalmore 15 is incredibly good.
Yeah, like it's just objectively good as a whiskey.
Yeah.
So, but yes, this is amazing stuff as we go deeper and deeper into our exploration of the Dalmore travel exclusives while they're still here, folks. And then coming up soon, is what a good chunk of this bottle is going to get spent up doing, is comparing this to the Dalmore 12, Dalmore 15, Dalmore Portwood, Dalmore 18, to give you folks out there at the K.O.E. Nation a better idea. So, give me a quick nose on that. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
But as I'm known to say around here, folks. All that being said, this has been our review of the Dalmore Valor travel exclusive, and somehow, Tony, we bring that over here. Your dram's a little dry.
Well, just wait on that.
All right.
I've got another idea for another splash of that.
Oh my goodness. Well, folks, I am your King of Extreme, signing off and handing it off to the one and only
Tony G, the Blendmaster. Really like this stuff. If you get a chance and you like stuff like this, get it. Get it while you can.
Later, folks.